Lord knows we jamming. We reggae and they scraping and they jamming.
Molly Gray, your boat needed bailing out. Hear the sailorman sound. Molly Gray, your boat needed bailing out. Hear the sailorman sound. You wanna go to heaven, put the radar on your head, boy. That's the sailorman sound. If you wanna go to heaven, put the radar on your head, boy. That's the sailorman sound. Hear it boom, hear it boom, hear it boom, 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 boom. Feel it boom, feel it boom, feel it boom, 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 boom. This is shown by the stars above. What goes up must come down. Here's a man that is born of a woman, has about a short time to live. Golly Gray, your boat needed bailing out, yeah. That's the sailorman sound. Golly Gray, your boat needed bailing out, yeah. It's the sailorman sound. Cool winds are blowing. I see now the break of dawn. Gone out of lightning and thunder. It was the darkest night. Gone out of lightning and thunder. It was the darkest night. Hear it boom, hear it boom, hear it boom, 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 boom. Ooh, feel it boom, feel it boom, yeah, feel it boom, 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 boom. Yes, it's shown by the stars above. What goes up must come down. Here's a man that is born of a woman, has about a short time to live. Good God. Oh, yeah, yeah, that's a sailorman sound. Yes, yeah, 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 yeah. This is a sailorman sound. You hear it boom, you hear it boom, you hear it boom, 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 boom. You feel it boom, oh, yeah, the sailorman sound, this is sailorman sound. Oh, this is sailorman sound, this is sailorman sound. Raleigh did it this way. This the sailorman sound. Good Lord, this the sailorman sound. Oh, Raleigh did it this way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, Raleigh did it this way. Back motion, Raleigh did it. Yeah, back motion. Oh, oh, Raleigh did it this way. Back move, Raleigh did it this way. Get the back move, Raleigh did it this way. Oh, this is sailorman sound. Sailorman sound, sailorman sound. This is sailorman sound. This is sailorman sound. Yeah, Raleigh did it this way. Oh, this is sailorman sound. Sailorman sound. This is sailorman sound. Sailorman sound. This is sailorman sound.
All right. Yes, I. Still yes, back one more time. when I saw you first, I knew you was the one for me. You were very fine, very true and so sexy. Saw you watching me from straight across the room. I knew you was the one, I knew I had to take you home. Been to Illusion, been to Inagua, been to Long Island, and Grand Bahamas, and Walker's Key. So come go with me, to pay money. Sing it, y'all, come on. Yeah, that's it. Do it. Everybody. Move your body, come on. Yo, 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 yeah. That's it, people. Don't stop, come on. Let me see what you can do, come on now. Yo, 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 yo. I'll take you to my island, show you lots of good time. I'll take you around the world and prove to you that you are mine. I'll buy you lots of things, buy you lots of diamond ring, and anything you want, that's why I have to sing. Been to Illusion, been to Inagua, oh yeah, been there too. Been to Long Island, and Grand Bahamas, and Walker's Key. So come go with me, to pay money. Everybody, come on, let me hear you. Do it. Yeah. This is part I like. Yeah. Everybody, come on. One more time, y'all. Do it. All right. This is part I like right here. Play that solo for me. Let me hear you. Come on, do it. Yeah, been all around the Bahama Island searching for you, baby. Finally found the right one. We gonna have some fun. Yeah, do it, y'all. I'll take you to my island, show you lots of good time. I'll take you around the world and be proud that you are mine. I'll buy you lots of things, buy you lots of diamond ring, and anything you want, that's why I have to sing. Into Illusion, oh yeah, into Inagua, been there too. Been to Long Island, all around the Bahamas, and Walker's Key. So come go with me, come on, to pay money. Everybody, let me hear ya, do it. Come on, girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen, join in, come on, good music, everybody coming on, humming on with me, let me hear you.
Good evening and welcome to the 2021 Templeton World Charity Foundation Ministry of Education's Laws of Life essay and video competition. As always, this evening promises to be one of excitement as the Bahamas' largest and most acclaimed essay competition awards its young participants from grade 5 through college level for the distinction they have achieved as selected finalists and ultimate winners of this year's competition. Pastor Lyle Bethel of Grace Community Church and the senior judge in the Laws of Life essay competition will now bring the invocation.
Good evening. And now may we all bow our heads for the prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, the great Christian hymn exhorts the worshiper to praise God from whom all blessings flow. With that exhortation in mind, we pause now to return thanks to you, Lord, for all your many good gifts you give to mankind, the gift of wisdom, the gift of discernment, and the art of poetry. We thank you, Lord, for the massive machinery of persons that have made tonight's event possible. The teachers, the principals, the school administrators, the judges, the Templeton organization, and of course the media team. We bless you, Lord, for the many students that took the challenge to compose their thoughts and brought their A game to the table, crystallizing their thinking in the process. And whereas there can only be one winner in each category, we recognize that the student, having taken the time to meditate and think through the assigned law of life, has its own reward. Bless now this evening with your benediction as we celebrate the winners of tonight's proceedings. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
As one of the world's leading philanthropic organizations, the Templeton World Charity Foundation funds many global projects, one of which is the Bahamas Laws of Life competition. Dr. Andrew Sarrazin, president of the foundation, has fully supported this initiative over the years and will now share with us.
Let me add my welcome and warmest congratulations to all of those participating in the 2021 Laws of Life essay competition. I'm Andrew Sarrazin, president of the Templeton World Charity Foundation, and we are a global philanthropy started by Sir John Templeton and based in Nassau. Our vision is for a world where flourishing, not just survival or wealth, is within the grasp of all of us. We have over 200 projects in 50 countries around the world, focusing on things like gratitude, wisdom, forgiveness, and spirituality. We fund scientists, advocates, policymakers, and of course, teachers and educators to make this change happen. I begin my remarks tonight with an immense sense of gratitude and wish to extend my thanks to the Ministry of Education for its ongoing support, to school administrators and teachers who relentlessly focused on, in very tough circumstances this year, to drive participation. I'd like to thank this year's competition markers and judges. I'd like to thank the Laws of Life Planning Committee, Liesl Wright, Charmaine Miller, Ramona Davis-Wells, Elma Garraway, and Tracy Farquharson. And last, but certainly not least, I'd like to thank Mrs. Mina Griffiths and Mrs. Elma Garraway for their many, many years of service. This will be the last year where they will have participated in the planning committee. You have personally inspired a whole new generation of Laws of Life advocates, and I know that we are in good hands to take your legacy forward. You both have inspired me as well as a whole new generation of Laws of Life champions here in the Bahamas and around the world. And I know that your legacy is secured as we take this program forward. I'd also like to thank the students who participated in this year's essay competition. Despite all the challenges and setbacks and lockdowns and restarts, there were over 1,700 essays received this year across all divisions. And this is truly amazing considering many schools have not had face-to-face instruction in over a year. There were a record number of college entries this year. The number of essays received from the Family Islands increased as we continue to push forward for universal participation from Family Islands. And so my role tonight is to tell you a little bit about the purpose of the Laws of Life essay competition. We're certainly proud that the Laws of Life is a partnership with the Ministry of Education, Science, and Technology, and has been for the past 11 years, supported by the Templeton World Charity Foundation. And it is this public-private partnership we think as a model for how to push forward in so many ways on issues facing this country. Sir John Templeton, who is our founder, called this great country home for over 40 years. And he was a firm believer that just as there were laws of gravity and electricity, there are also laws of the spirit. These laws include the laws of love and kindness and hope and optimism. And these laws motivate the world just as much as politics do, or just as much has as much importance as viruses do. And really importantly, that these laws of the spirit show us what is truly real. These laws of the spirit show us what is truly real. And so it was fitting that this year's theme for the Laws of Life competition was that happy relationships depend not on finding the right person, but being the right person. It has been a tough year for humanity and for human relationships. And lurking beneath the iceberg of official coronavirus statistics lies a dark world of hurt. There are reports of increased anxiety and depression and domestic violence and suicide that are just really beginning to emerge. All of this past year, all of this stress has taken a toll on our relationships. And so we focus this year, fittingly, on what it is that each of us can do to change ourselves in our relationships. And in many ways, this past year, I know I felt this way sometimes, that we've been stuck in place, going through the motions, feeling like we're languishing instead of flourishing. But it is this statement that happy relationships depend not on finding the right person, but being the right person, reminds us otherwise. The agency with which we have to change our circumstances, to change our attitudes, to change our mindset is a unilateral action that we can take. It is a weapon that we can wield against this set of challenging circumstances that we find ourselves in. And that's what the essay is focused on. And the students, I was so pleased to see the students and participants take up this mantle, take up this sense of agency and power in an otherwise powerless situation. And so last, I just want to say we're evolving this year and in future years, the Laws of Life competition to include more than just a once in a year essay competition. Of course, for many years now, we've had a successful video section in the annual competition, but I wanted to draw attention to a very successful poetry competition that we ran earlier this year using social media. We reached a whole new group of participants, participants from 17 to over 65, participants who had a wide range of poetry experience. Some winners had published their own poetry anthologies and published authors, and others who just had an idea and wanted to share it. We think that there are many more avenues to channel the creative spirit, which is so great in the Bahamas, through the Laws of Life competition. We'd love, for example, to become an emerging resource for writers and local authors. So our vision for this competition going forward is to build upon the annual essay contest and make it the competition, the Laws of Life program, more of a annual process that with events going on around the year, culminating in this evening. And last, just thank you so much again for students. I've said this before, but the next generation of citizens and students is so important for our society. Thank you for your thoughts, your creativity, your passion, and your efforts. The creative spirit was on full display this year, as always, and provides me personally with a great, great sense of hope. Thank you so much, and be well.
For those viewers unfamiliar with the Templeton World Charity Foundation's Laws of Life competition, let us take a brief historical walk. After being introduced to the Bahamas by the late Sir John Templeton in the late 1990s, the competition fizzled and was revitalized in 2009 as a collaborative effort between the Templeton World Charity Foundation and the Ministry of Education. The competition has been organized by the Department of Education's Writing Unit along with the Bahamas Laws of Life Committee for the past 13 years. Through the generous sponsorship of the foundation and the efforts of all involved, the fledgling 2009 competition, with a mere 80 entries, has developed into a competition to top all others of its kind, hitting record numbers of approximately 3,000 entries in 2020. Our 2020 competition focused on selected topics that allowed the entrants to express thoughts related to their experiences during 2019's Hurricane Dorian, the deadliest hurricane on record in this country. Following on the heels of the Dorian experience, the COVID-19 pandemic became the impetus for the 2021 competition. The local committee decided to place emphasis on the many varied COVID-19 experiences through the selected laws of life. Students were required, as they are each year, to select a law, expound upon its meaning, and offer real-life and personal examples of the law in action. In an effort to encourage students to tap into their thoughts and experiences during the past year, the essay topics selected included happy relationships depend not on finding the right person, but on being the right person. As you are active in blessing others, they find their burdens easier to bear. The only way to have a friend is to be a friend. Expect the best, and your positive outlook opens the door to opportunities. Progress requires change. Joy is not in things, but is in you. Everyone should keep in reserve an alternate plan for livelihood. We can become bitter or better as a result of our experiences. We will now have a message from the Honorable Jeffrey Lloyd, Minister of Education.
Greetings and salutations. It is my pleasure to bring greetings to this 2021 Laws of Life Essay Competition Award Ceremony. I commend the over 1,500 students throughout the Bahamas who participated this year as our schools continue to face the challenges from the COVID-19 pandemic. Once again, I must pause to recognize the members of the Writing Unit of the Department of Education, along with the Templeton World Charity Foundation Laws of Life Committee, for their continued efforts in executing this annual program. It would be remiss if I did not also express public accolades to parents, teachers, for your support and encouragement of our precious students, your children, especially during these difficult times. One of Sir John Templeton's laws states, quote, "You get back what you give out," end quote. The Templeton World Charity Foundation has exemplified this law in their continuation of the mission of Sir John Templeton to teach our children about godly principles and about God. Sir John, a man who rose from humble beginnings to accomplish greatness in the financial and philanthropic world, wrote the Laws of Life books and established this competition to encourage young people throughout the world to always put God first and love and take care of one another. The last 2 years have been devastating to the Bahamas in terms of economic and emotional suffering. Hurricane Dorian's destruction and loss of life was particular and peculiar to our nation. However, the destruction brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic was a global experience. There has not been one country in this world that has not experienced the effects of this monster. The overarching theme selected for this year's Laws of Life competition was "Joy is not in things, but in you, yet another of John Templeton's personal laws. We may ask, what joy can be found in the suffering that we have all shared since 2019 and extending into 2020? But we know that the joy that is spoken of has no earthly measure. It is spiritual in nature. This, the joy we should be chasing after, not that which is found in earthly treasures. It is competitions such as this Laws of Life competition that cultivates a more spiritual development in our students, leading them to develop the thought processes and skills necessary to exist in this ever-changing world. Within each of us exists the ability to find joy, despite our personal circumstances. And as we continue to face present dilemma and whatever may come our way, let us focus on what is good, what can be shared readily with others. Let us allow joy to exude from us in all possible ways. Never allow negativity and a complaining spirit to overtake us. I take this opportunity to congratulate the finalists and winners of the 2021 Laws of Life competition. May joy abound in you this evening and always. God bless you, thank you, and continue to shine.
The 2021 Laws of Life Awards ceremony has a special component this year as we celebrate two special ladies, both members of the Bahamas Laws of Life Committee. These farewells will be presented in video format. The first farewell is to Mrs. Mina Griffiths, the originating chairperson of the Laws of Life Committee and long-serving assistant to Sir John Templeton.
The words penned by Felix Frankfurter state, "Gratitude is one of the least articulate of the emotions, especially when it is deep." For the Bahamas Laws of Life Competition Committee, our gratitude for Mrs. Mina Griffiths is indeed deep. Mrs. Griffiths served as the longtime secretary of the late Sir John Templeton. She worked with him since 1969, continuing her involvement with the First Trust Bank following his passing and subsequently with the Laws of Life competition. In 2009, when the late Dr. John Templeton requested that the Laws of Life competition be reintroduced to Bahamian schools, it was Mrs. Mina Griffiths who took the reins. For the next 10 years, this diminutive bundle of energy used her ever-present characteristics of generosity, commitment, and steadfastness to steer this competition. Working in tandem with the Department of Education's Writing Unit and Mrs. Elma Garraway, former Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education, Mina oversaw the growth of the competition from a mere seed of faith to a flourishing tree with continuously blooming branches. To quote Mrs. Liesl Wright of the Department of Education's Writing Unit, Mina has been the glue that has held this esteemed educational project together. She has worked tirelessly to involve Bahamian youngsters in this program that has assisted so many with their expressions of their thoughts. Through her initial and continued efforts, hundreds of Bahamian students have availed themselves of cash awards to assist with tuition and supplies. Not to mention that many schools have also benefited from the Templeton World Charity Foundation's generosity, all under the direction of Mrs. Griffiths. As the originating chairperson of the Bahamas Laws of Life Essay Competition Committee, Mina Griffiths began her transition away from active involvement in 2019. This was not entirely by choice, but inevitable nonetheless. Her support, although virtual, continued for the next 2 years, and she remains an ardent cheerleader for committee events. The Bahamas Laws of Life Competition Committee, along with the Templeton World Charity Foundation and the Bahamas Ministry of Education, take this opportunity to recognize Mrs. Mina Griffiths as a living hero in the field of Bahamian education. The partnership generated by Mrs. Griffiths with Bahamian schools and students continues to grow. Her work has left an indelible mark on the efforts of the Foundation and the committee to foster an appreciation for morals and values that will not soon be forgotten. Mrs. Mina Griffiths, the members of the Bahamas Laws of Life Committee hereby appoint you as Chairperson Emeritus and look forward to your continued involvement and support. May God's grace always remain with you and your family.
The Government High School, one of our participating schools, will now entertain us with an original music selection. Our second farewell video is in honor of Mrs. Elma Garraway, another long-serving member of the Bahamas Laws of Life Committee and a former permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education.
The name Elma Garraway is synonymous with education and public service in the Bahamas. The anecdotal history of her nearly half a century involvement in these fields is replete with grand accomplishments and contributions. Mrs. Garraway's contribution to the Laws of Life essay competition originated with the initial launching in the Bahamas in the late 1990s when she served as Deputy Director and Undersecretary in the Ministry of Education. When the competition experienced a resurgence in 2009, Mrs. Garraway, in her then post as Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, became further involved. Her passion for and commitment to the Laws of Life competition continued beyond her retirement from public service in 2012. Since then, she has served as a member of the Bahamas Laws of Life Committee. In 2008, following the request of Dr. John Templeton for a renewal of the Bahamas' participation in the Laws of Life essay competition, Mrs. Garraway, along with then Deputy Director of Education, Mrs. Leonora Archer, involved the expertise of the Department of Education's Writing Unit. A partnership was formed along with Mina Griffiths of the Templeton World Charity Foundation, and the competition was reintroduced to Bahamian schools in 2009. Through her consistent efforts and her far-reaching connections, Mrs. Garraway immersed herself in the continued growth and expansion of the annual competition. Her effervescent personality, along with the ability to corral persons into active participation in any and everything, have been her trademark contributions to the committee over the years. Principals of both public and independent institutions know her voice immediately and have consistently responded diligently to her calls for their participation. After all, who can refuse a request from the Alma Garraway? Mrs. Garraway has decided to turn in her official Laws of Life hat. The Bahamas Laws of Life Committee is indeed sad to see her step away from active duty, but immensely grateful for the legacy she leaves behind. Her support and encouragement is treasured and will certainly continue on. Mrs. Alma Garraway, the Bahamas Laws of Life Committee, the Templeton World Charity Foundation, and the Ministry of Education express sincere gratitude and appreciation for your efforts over the years toward this renowned competition. Your contribution has definitely gone a long way in making this competition the largest, most successful, and most efficiently run competition of its kind in the Bahamas. The Bahamas Laws of Life Committee hereby bestows upon you the honorary title of Member Emeritus and looks forward to a continued relationship with you. May God's grace remain with you and your family.
The Laws of Life competition is open to students from grades 5 through 12 enrolled in public and private schools in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. It is also open to students up to age 25 enrolled in local tertiary institutions. Of course, the population size of New Providence dictates that the majority of the contestants hail from New Providence schools. However, over the years, Grand Bahama and the Family Islands have distinguished themselves by producing several top finalists and overall winners. We think of the late Bernie Pinder of Crooked Island High School, 2009 senior winner. Justin Jack of South Andros High School, 2009 junior winner, and the 2018 senior winner, Kashura Hanna of Mary Star of the Sea Catholic Academy in Grand Bahama. This evening, we are able to bring you brief vignettes from 4 of our Family Island finalists about their experiences participating in the Laws of Life competition. These students will be highlighted as we announce the finalists and winners in each division. The waiting game has become an expected feature of the annual Laws of Life Awards ceremony. The suspense adds to the thrill, as none of the finalists know whether they are the winner in their respective divisions. Parents, guests, teachers, school administrators, others, I am certain, are anxiously awaiting the moment those names are revealed. As I always remark, the waiting process has students and parents, I may add, on the edge of their seats. The wonderful news is, though, that through the generosity of the Templeton World Charity Foundation, each and every student selected as a finalist in this prestigious competition will leave with a prize. For the initiative that you each took to write an essay or produce a video, you have the opportunity to win a $1,000 scholarship, a cash prize, and an additional $1,000 for your school. If you have not heard it said before, or just in case you missed it, please note, this is the best competition ever. Hundreds of students, along with their teachers and schools, have benefited over the years. If you've been following our Facebook page, you have seen the notifications regarding the competition's progress. Yes, I know the competition is lengthy. Just for information, this is how the process goes. The competition is launched in December of each year and closes in late January of the following year. This year, 2021, under the guidance of Laws of Life Committee Chair Dr. Tracy Farquharson and the professional expertise of Mr. Simon Stevens, the Bahamas Laws of Life essay competition added yet another notch to its belt. We successfully launched our new digital platform, and our entire entry and assessment process is paper-free. This was timely indeed, given the global pandemic. Students create accounts on our platform, enter their pertinent information, and upload their essays. Simple as that. All entries receive an anonymous number. Our esteemed and well-qualified group of markers never know whose essay they are assessing. Each essay is graded by 2 markers. Then the essays achieving 90% and above are handed over to our judges for final assessment. Again, all assessments are conducted via a digital platform. This process, though lengthy, defines this competition and sets it apart from all other essay competitions as far as fairness and efficiency is concerned. I wish to reiterate this evening that the students selected as finalists are the best in their respective divisions. To our students, whether you are the winner or you receive an honorable mention, you have already distinguished yourself as standout young Bahamian writers and producers. I encourage you to continue to hone your skills and become even better at what you do. In its ever-developing quest to involve as many Bahamians as possible in discovering and expressing their thoughts on the laws of life espoused by Sir John Templeton, the Bahamas Laws of Life Committee held its first poetry competition via our Facebook page. This competition was well received, and the entries were creative and inspiring. Listen now as the overall winner, Landy LaRoda, shares his winning poem prior to our releasing some of that pent-up anxiety you may be feeling.
Good evening. My name is Landy LaRoda. I'm a student at the University of the Bahamas. And today I will be reciting my poem, which is entitled, What Must Be Left for the World to Be Right? And is based on the law, in order to create the right world, we have to mend the bad world. Selfishness is the source of all human iniquity. Its destructiveness magnified because of its ubiquity, threatening the delicate fabric of society. Resolving this problem requires the utmost sobriety. We have to learn to see the value in variety and perpetuate that which is the universal propriety. Peace on earth begins with all of us, but intentionality and introspection is an individual must. We have to learn to be our brother's keeper, sowing seeds today for tomorrow's reaper. We should all embrace the eightfold path if we wish not to face an unfathomable wrath. Altruism should be the order of the day, for it is the purest of virtues and the most perfect way. We are all in this together, hand in hand, for divided we fall, but together we stand. To create the right world, selfishness must be left. Its divisive nature is like that of a river flowing from a rock's cleft. So let us all instead aim to be like the honey bee, whose unity results in something oh so sweet. Create harmony with an essence so delectable. Anything less is just outright unacceptable. This goal of utopia is not out of reach. Begin with small steps and persevere, I beseech. I have grown so much by applying this law of life. I am now at a place free of agony and strife, and I've come to develop a greater care for others, as it reminds me ultimately that we are all sisters and brothers. So let us all do that which is morally sound, unite in love and spread serenity around. For by this we achieve our highest self, when we do to others as we'd want done to ourselves. Join me in this quest to make the world right. Let's abandon selfishness and embrace this illuminating light. So when all is said and done, we would have done our part as a team to fulfill and accomplish Sir Templeton's dream.
We begin our award segment with prizes for schools and teachers with the most finalists in the competition. In the senior division for public schools with the most finalists in the 2021 Laws of Life Essay Competition, we have a 3-way tie with Doris Johnson and C.V. Bethel Senior High Schools and Anatole Rogers High School. The independent school with the most finalists in the senior division of this year's competition is Queens College. In the junior division, the public school with the most finalists is Central Eleuthera High School. We have another three-way tie for independent schools with the most finalists in the junior division of this year's competition between Aquinas College, St. Augustine's College, and Queen's College. In the primary division, 8 schools have tied for the prize of the public school with the most finalists. These are Claridge, Clara E. Evans, Emily G. Petty, Palmdale, Rock Sound, Topham Bay, and Uriah McPhee Primary Schools, and R.N. Gomez Comprehensive School. The independent school with the most finalists in the primary division of this year's competition is Kingsway Academy. What makes the Laws of Life competition distinctively unique is we reward teachers for their diligence and instruction as well. Here are the prizes for teachers with the most finalists in the 2021 Laws of Life essay competition. In the primary division, the teachers with the most finalists from a public school are Nancy Conyers, Claridge Primary, Eleanor Heald, Clara E. Evans Primary, Rosemary Brown, Emily G. Petty Primary, Lee Ann Forbes, Palmdale Primary, Crystal Benson, Rock Sound Primary, Gabrielle Dorset, Topham Bay Primary, Tira Johnson, Uriah McPhee Primary, and Donette Campbell of R.N. Gomez Comprehensive School. Receiving the prize for the most finalists from an independent school are Shanique Darville and Sheila Thompson, both of Kingsway Academy. In the junior division, the teacher with the most finalists from a public school is Deandra Dean of Centrally Lutheran High School. Receiving the prize for most finalists from an independent school are Celia Hoare, Queen's College, Susan George and Philona DaCosta, St. Augustine's College, Pauline Bain and Janelle Watkins, Aquinas College, Paulette Maxwell, Sunland Baptist Academy, Cami Hanna of Mary Star of the Sea Catholic Academy, and Cherie Munnings, Kingsway Academy. In the senior division, the teachers with the most finalists from a public school are Chevron Thomas, Doris Johnson Senior High School, Anatonia Johnson, Anatole Rogers High School, and Sherelle Johnson, C.V. Bethel High School. Receiving the prize for most finalists from an independent school is Marlene Thompson, Kingsway Academy. We now move on to our student winners, the highlight of this evening's ceremony. I hope you all have invited family and friends to tune in to celebrate your grand achievements. Get ready now, and don't forget, those out there, send in those virtual shout-outs and congratulatory messages on social media. We look forward to reading them all. Remember, even though there is only one grand winner, you have all made it to this point, which is a mark of excellence. Each one of you deserves to be celebrated. We begin with our college winners. The college division of the Laws of Life essay competition is open to college students up to age 25 enrolled in a Bahamian tertiary institution. 2021 was a banner year for this division, as a record 29 entries were received. As promised, our first Family Island vignette comes from Megan Adams, student at the Bahamas Agriculture and Marine Science Institute, BAMSI.
This is my first time entering the Laws of Life essay competition. The experience with regards to entering and submitting my essay online was very simple, straightforward. I selected the topic, the way to mend the bad world is to create a good world, because I know the situation now that we're all currently living in with the pandemic, it's very stressful and very frustrating for a lot of people. I know sometimes you can lose hope and feel like there's no way things can ever change. But I just wanted people to know, if they were to read my essay at least, that there is hope and you can create a better world by just starting with yourself. I would recommend this competition to other students because it's just a wonderful process to go through. It's really simple, straightforward, doesn't require much on your part. And as a matter of fact, I have recommended this competition to my younger sister, and she has competed in the junior division.
Due to an increase in our college division entries, honorable mention prizes have been awarded to the following students for top performance. Braxtina Tynes, University of the Bahamas. Shenaniah Erison Johnson, University of the Bahamas. Hadassah Johnson, University of the Bahamas. Serenity Dufate, University of the Bahamas, and Shauna Smith, University of the Bahamas. In third place in the college division and receiving a cash prize of $600 is Megan Adams of the Bahamas Agriculture and Marine Science Institute, BAMC. In second place and receiving a cash prize of $800 is Sierra Ferguson of the University of the Bahamas. I must add that Sierra was our senior division winner last year while attending Aquinas College. Our first place winner in the college division and receiving a cash prize of $1,000 is none other than Landy LaRoda, our poetry contest winner. Launched in 2018, the Laws of Life video competition is yet another example of our efforts to reach as many entrants as possible. Students in grades 10 through 12 are invited to submit a 2-minute maximum video using the selected Law of Life as a topic. Video submissions can be group or individual productions. The assessors of this division continue to be impressed at the creativity and production talent of Bahamian students. There were 21 entries in this year's video competition. The following entries received honorable mention and a cash prize of $300. Kingsway Academy, Sierra Blair. St. Augustine's College, Kaylee Camp and Ella Shea Farrington. Bishop Michael Eldon School, Angel Pacenti. In third place in the video competition and receiving a cash prize of $500 are Anton MacDonald and Evisha Williams of Aquinas College. In second place and receiving a cash prize of $750 are Melusa Jean and Amber Bandin of R.M. Bailey Senior High School. In a two-way tie for the grand prize of $1,000 in the video division are Aquinas College students Valia Roll and Celine Ferguson and Shiloh Smith and Jasmine Hanna. We now highlight the finalists from the essay component of the competition. We begin with the primary division. The primary division of the Laws of Life essay competition is open to students in grades 5 and 6 enrolled in any school in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Our primary division Family Island vignette comes from McKellen Pinder of Emily G. Petty Primary School, Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera.
This is actually my second time entering the Laws of Life competition. It was pretty simple. I just had to follow the steps, but my mom was a little nervous because she really wanted me to make sure I was doing the things correctly. I chose the law. The only way to help a friend is to be a friend. I chose this law because my nana likes to say, watch your company. And my parents tell me to be careful in choosing good friends. So by completing this essay, I know that if I want to select good friends, I have to display the qualities I want in a friend. I think I need to work on being more forgiving. I would definitely encourage others to enter this competition because my cousin Jared encouraged me when I got in 5th grade to participate because he participated when he was in 5th grade. I think I'm a better person and I have learned so much because I participated in the Laws of Life essay competition.
The following students were selected as top performers and received honorable mention awards. Aaron Manakam, Kingsway Academy. Alyssa Pratt, Kingsway Academy. Ariana Miller, Queens College. Brianna Curry, Rock Sound Primary School. Caden McPhee, Kingsway Academy. Sierra Major, Kingsway Academy. Hadassah Simeon, Claridge Primary School. Leslie Ramming, Queens College. McKellen Pinder, Emily G. Petty Primary School. Celeste Gibson, Queens College. Solaya Rowe, Queens College. Tajay Thompson, Uriah McPhee Primary School. Tamara Ward, Palmdale Primary School. Tenario Pratt, Clara E. Evans Primary School. Takia Bryce, Kingsway Academy. To encourage additional participation and motivate our Family Island entries, the Laws of Life Committee introduced Family Island District Prizes for the 2021 competition. In each division, the prize is awarded to the students scoring the highest score in their respective district. For the primary district, the district winners are Sky Knowles, St. Francis de Sales School, Abaco District. Malia Thacker, Arthurstown Comprehensive School, South Central District. Albany Benaby, Georgetown Primary School, Exuma and Ragged Island District. Calvin A. Bartlett, West End Primary School, Grand Bahama District. Alexa Green, R.N. Gomez Comprehensive School, North Andros and Berry Islands District. In sixth place in the primary division, receiving a $100 cash prize is Olana Prince, Queens College. In fifth place in the primary division, receiving a $150 cash prize is Shayla Kemp, Bayview Academy. In fourth place and receiving a cash prize of $200 is Alexa Green, R.N. Gomez Comprehensive School. In third place and receiving a cash prize of $300 is Autumn Major, Kingsway Academy. In second place in the primary division and receiving a cash prize of $400 is Kevin Culmer of Topham Bay Primary School. The grand prize winner of the primary division, receiving a $500 cash prize, as well as a $1,000 scholarship and a $1,000 cash award for her school, is Amanda Bowe of Kingsway Academy. Congratulations and kudos to our primary division finalists. We look forward to your continued success in all things, and especially in the, as many of you are now eligible for participation in the junior division. The junior division of the Laws of Life essay competition is open to students in grades 7 through 9. Our junior high Family Island vignette comes from Grand Bahamas' Dinero Roland, student at Sunland Baptist Academy.
The experience was very easy and simple because all I had to do was write it, upload it, and send it. While before, I had to give it to my teacher and she had to try to send it to NASA in time. I chose the law. As you are active in blessing others, they find their burdens easier to bear. I chose this one because I felt like I could, because our teacher said to choose one that we could relate to the most, so I chose that because I felt like I could relate to it. Because after Hurricane Dorian, my sister helped a family and she blessed them and it made their burdens easier to bear, but it didn't help all their needs. I would recommend it to other students because it does not cost any money and you have a chance of winning and you don't lose anything.
Receiving honorable mention as the top performers in the junior division are Elaine Austin, Sunland Baptist Academy, Benjamin Coley, Kingsway Academy, Danae Cooper, Mary Star of the Sea Catholic Academy, Dante Butler, St. Augustine's College, Ellis Culmer, Central Eleuthera High School, Ethan Turner, Nassau Christian Schools, Haley Newton, Aquinas College, Ian Benaby, Queens College, Kezia Johnson, North Eleuthera High School, Miles Walker, Mary Star of the Sea Catholic Academy, Riley Simonet, Queens College, Rihanna Wilson, Queens College, Sanaya Adderley, Queens College, Shemaiah Davis, Kingsway Academy, and Taisha Johnson, St. Augustine's College. The Family Island district winners for the junior division are Maria Adams of Huntley Christie High School, North Andros and Berry Island District, Terranique Sands, Central Eleuthera High School, Eleuthera District. In sixth place in the junior division and receiving a cash prize of $150 is Aaliyah Roll of St. Anne's School. In fifth place in the junior division and receiving a cash award of $200 is Dinero Roland of Sunland Baptist Academy. Tied for fourth place in the junior division are Ariel Bain of Aquinas College and Danielle Wiley of St. Augustine's College. They both receive an award of $300. Tied for third place in the junior division and receiving a cash award of $400 are Caden Moss Moultrie and Destiny Moss of Aquinas College. In second place and receiving a cash prize of $500 is Trinity Halbert of St. Augustine's College. The grand prize winner in the junior division is Terranique Sands of Central Eleuthera High School. She receives a $600 cash prize as well as a $1,000 scholarship. Her school also receives a $1,000 award as the winning school. Congratulations to all of our Junior Division finalists. Continue to strive for excellence as you complete your high school journey. Before we move on to the Senior Division finalists, we will have a musical item from Dre Knowles of Aquinas College. The Senior Division of the Laws of Life essay competition is open to students in 1 through 12. Our Senior Division vignette is courtesy of Stephanie St. Hill, a student of the Black Point Comprehensive School, Exuma Keys.
This is actually my second time entering the Laws of Life essay competition. Entering online made it easier for Family Islanders to participate, and it was a great experience. I selected Progress is Impossible Without Change because I really related to it more than the others. I would definitely recommend this competition to other students as it is an opportunity to explore creativity.
The following students are recognized this evening for achieving honorable mention in the senior division. Amari Roberts, St. Andrews International School. Aisha Johnson, Bishop Michael Eldon School. Britannia Anderson, Anatole Rogers High School. Chanel Butler, St. John's College. Danielle Saunders, St. Augustine's College. Jamelia Lewis, Kingsway Academy. Jay Ann Smith, Queen's College. Jada Pratt, Kingsway Academy. Genovia Higgs, St. Augustine's College. Colby Forbes, St. Augustine's College. Madison Musgrove, St. Augustine's College. Marley Johnson, C.V. Bethel Senior High School. Noah Thomas, Queen's College. Talia Burrows, Grand Bahama Academy. Yoshi Moxie, Genesis Academy. The Family Island District winners in the senior division are Jasmine Pinder, Samuel Guy Pinder All-Age School, Eleuthera and Spanish Wells District. Rashanda Charisme, Patrick J. Bethel High School, Abaco District. Stephanie St. Hill, Black Point Comprehensive School, Exuma and Ragged Island District. And Zoe Turner, Arthurstown Comprehensive School, South Central District. In sixth place in the senior division and receiving a cash prize of $200 is Hodari Prince of Queen's College. In fifth place in the senior division and receiving a cash prize of $300 is Courtney Jean-Baptiste of Doris Johnson Senior High School. In fourth place and receiving a cash prize of $400 is Ariana Hepburn of Kingsway Academy. Tied for third place and receiving a cash prize of $500 each are Von Tenkin Roll and Arjun Shetty of Queen's College. In a three-way tie for second place and receiving a cash prize of $600 each are Andrew Coley of Kingsway Academy, Dari Chase of Aquinas College, and Danielle Bonamy of Queen's College. The grand prize winner, receiving a cash prize of $700, a scholarship prize of $1,000, and a cash award for her school of $1,000 is Dana Morrison of Aquinas College. Congratulations to all of our senior winners and all the best for your future endeavors, particularly to those graduating from high school.
Good evening. Truly, writing excellence was on full display tonight. I am Ramona Wells, a member of the Bahamas Laws of Life Steering Committee, and tonight was the culmination of over a year of planning and execution by a multitude of persons. On behalf of the Ministry of Education and the Templeton World Charity Foundation, I wish to take this opportunity to extend our gratitude to all of you for joining us virtually this evening. A big special thank you to Pastor Lyle Bethel for leading us to the throne of grace and starting this program off in the proper manner. To Dr. Andrew Sarazin, it gives me pleasure to extend our deep sense of appreciation to you for your remarks on behalf of the Templeton World Charity Foundation, the generous sponsors of this Laws of Life essay competition. Further, we are grateful to the Minister of Education, the Honorable Jeffrey Lloyd, for his celebratory and motivational remarks to our students. I wish to also thank and recognize the talents of our students from the Government High School and Aquinas College who shared their musical gifts and talents with us tonight. We wish to acknowledge Just Imagine Productions for the heartfelt tribute videos to Mistress Mina Griffiths and Mistress Elma Garraway, both of whom have served with this competition since inception and have left their mark on our students and this country. Our competition would be nothing without the contribution of our markers and judges, whose astute diligence is demonstrated year after year in the completion of such an enormous task. Gratitude is also expressed to the writing unit of the Department of Education, headed by Ms. Liesl Wright, who annually serves as the Mistress of Ceremony. The unit has overseen the competition since its resurgence in 2009. As a member of this unit since 2019, I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, an event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels started turning months ago. It requires planning and a bird's eye for detail. The writing unit is fortunate enough to be backed by the Laws of Life Committee, a team of very motivated and dedicated colleagues who know their jobs and are result-oriented. Finally, we acknowledge the producers of this evening's event, Movie Productions, and the fine work they have executed. I cannot thank everyone enough for their involvement and their willingness to take on the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones this year especially. Good evening to all.
Well, folks, that brings the 2021 Laws of Life Competition Awards ceremony to a close. To this evening's awardees, you have separated yourselves from the pack as stellar performers in essay writing and video production. It is our hope that the laws of life that inspired your creative thoughts would continue to resonate with you throughout your lives. We look forward to the continued participation of those of you that are eligible, and to others viewing, we await you also. Always remember, perseverance makes the difference between success and defeat. Good evening.